Good morning, everyone. This is the Telarus Tuesday call for November 28th, 2017. How is that even possible? We hope you all enjoyed a very happy Thanksgiving weekend, some relaxing time with family, friends, and food. All of us are tremendously thankful for each of you and sincerely appreciate your being the heart of our Telarus carrier sales family. Telarus is on our way to completing a record-setting year, thanks to the outstanding deals that have been sold and installed by our partners and suppliers. We are in the home stretch for 2017, and the rush of last-minute deals is already in progress. So please be certain to advise us of all sold deals in your Telarus partner back office as soon as possible in order to receive sales credit, President's Club credit, and to assist with commissions processing. So welcome to our Telarus Tuesday call. I'm Doug Miller, Telarus VP of Complex Sales and Provisioning, and cleverly disguised as a responsible adult. I'm joined this week by the Telarus Executive Leadership Team, straight out of Carrier Sales. It is the former President and CEO of Carrier Sales, now COO of Telarus. It's Richard Murray. We're happy to have him here with us. Richard's here to discuss the exciting changes happening with the AT&T channel program and how Carrier Sales and Telarus partners benefit tremendously from both the changes themselves and from the new Telarus agreement with AT&T. Big news, including residual commissions for AT&T sales. You're going to want to hear this all today. It's Richard Murray coming up in just minutes. We also have with us Mr. Eric Stark, our friend from Viasat. He's here with a special announcement. He will be along in minutes as well. We invite you to log into the video portion of today's call at telarus.com/start, where you can submit questions and comments on the live chat feature throughout today's event, and especially during Richard Murray's presentation coming up shortly. A quick shout out and thank you to all of the Telarus partners and suppliers who attended our November Telarus Innovation Conferences in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Our December conferences will be coming up next week. On December 5th, Telarus RVP Ruth Morford is hosting partners at Topgolf in Nashville, Tennessee. And on December 7th, RVP Christina Curtis hosts our event at the Canyon Creek Country Club in Dallas, Texas. The Telarus team and our suppliers are conducting fun and intensive training to help build your business, certifying you on our exclusive Telarus tools and resources, and providing interactive case studies, hands-on lab time, and a $1,000 drawing as well. You can register today for either of these December Telarus Innovation Conferences, and you can also check out the video preview. They are at telarusinnovationconference.com. Well, we have another full plate then for today's Tuesday call. Let's go ahead and get started with some very well-deserved recognition for some of the top recent wins from our partners. In this week's third position, Telarus congratulates Tom Spooner and his team at Greenbrook Consulting Incorporated out of Bellingham, Washington. Tom and the Greenbrook Consulting team closed a terrific sale of virtual private land services from Cogent to a large customer in the legal profession. Now, Cogent is one of the world's largest internet service providers, delivering high-quality internet, Ethernet, and co-location services to nearly 70,000 enterprise and net-centric customers. Greenbrook Consulting has provided telecommunications solutions and IT consulting to customers worldwide since 2001. They are a full-service agency helping their customers design, implement, and manage their data networks. Congratulations, Tom Spooner and Greenbrook Consulting Incorporated. This is an outstanding Cogent win. In this week's second position, Telarus congratulates and thanks one of our longtime Telarus friends, Jason Parra, founder of Broadstring Communications out there in the Chicago sector. Jason teamed up with Wow Business, one of the most fun corporate names in all of telecom. on a large sale of cable and T1 services to a client also in the communications industry. Wow Business is obsessed with providing service that is unmatched in the industry. They go beyond the ordinary to make your clients more successful. Broadstring Communications specializes in offering the best networking solutions at the most competitive price. Congratulations and thanks to Jason Parra of Broadstring Communications. It's great to have Jason back on the Telarus leaderboard. And topping our scorecard this week, Telarus congratulates all of our friends. Let's see, we got Steve German, Mike German, Nicole Colston, Elaine Casteller, Ken Romero. The list goes on and on. All of the team at Invite Networks here in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Invite Networks team closed a very large sale of fiber Ethernet services from Comcast Business to a large client in the financial services industry. Comcast Business helps your clients build a custom network infrastructure that connects all of their locations and ensures all of their communications are delivered reliably and securely. Invite Networks is a best-of-breed solutions provider offering a combination of traditional telecom services, new age cloud offerings, and their revolutionary in-house solutions to solve their customers' needs. We congratulate Invite Networks on this terrific Comcast Business sale. It is our top Telarus sale of the week. Thanks to all of our partners and suppliers for your dedication, loyalty, and hard work. This is Telarus' biggest year ever, and we are proud to be your partner, and we genuinely appreciate your trusting us with your business. All right, as I teased at the top of the call, I am very happy today to be joined by our good friend, Mr. Eric Stark from Viasat, known to most of you as Exceed. Eric, of course, is Viasat's Director of Global Business Solutions and is known far and wide as having the best hair in telecom. He's here today with a big announcement. Eric, welcome to the Telarus Tuesday call. How you doing, my friend?
I don't know about that best hair, but thank you,
It's
Doug.
true.
Thank you, Telarus, and thanks to all the partners who are joining today. I just have a few minutes to talk about a new development, a new announcement that we're making today here at Viasat. That's an exciting announcement that I think you're all going to like. But first, for those of you who may be new to Viasat or new to Exceed, let me just give you a quick overview. We do satellite internet, and the thing that we know as we go around the country and we talk to Telarus partners at the various TICs is that all of you are leaving some money on the table because you all have customers that want high-speed internet. Now, really, they need high-speed internet, and they can't get it. And what you're seeing here on the screen is our coverage area right now. We reach 85% of the population of the United States. Everything you see in this picture covered in orange is 85% of the population of the United States, and we can deliver high-speed internet 15 down and 4 up. And maybe the best thing of all, and those of you who sold us will know, is that we can install within 3 to 5 business days. And so this is our value proposition, and many of you also know, those of you who are familiar with us, know that in June we launched a new satellite, and that satellite has been on its way into orbit, and when it is operational in early 2018, we're going to have expanded coverage areas coast to coast with higher speeds coast to coast. I'm not here to talk about the speeds right now, but rather to talk about a change that we're making this week to our pricing. So if we go to the next slide, you'll see what our current pricing is. Those of you who are familiar with us is that our pricing is very similar to the way the 4G providers do it. You pick a plan of data, and based on that data, that's the price you get. The most popular plan that we have right now is a 50 gig plan. 70% of our business customers never use more than 50 gigs. But as you can see here from the sheet, we have a 1 gig plan that's really marketed more for redundancy customers, a 20 gig plan, which actually a lot of you are selling for redundancy, but also is focused on smaller customers, that 50 gig plan, which is the most popular. And then for high usage customers, whether they're streaming lots of video or sending large files or have many users, we have these 100 gig and 200 gig plans. And the way these plans work, it's very simple. Once you reach your monthly allotment, then we charge you by the gig. Now look, what we've heard consistently from our partners, from Telarus partners, is you love our coverage area, you love our install times, and you love our service, but sometimes you have difficulty selling these metered plans. And what we've heard again and again and again from you is if we could offer an unlimited plan in the marketplace, you could sell a lot of that. So we've heard you loud and clear. And effective December 1st, we will be offering unlimited plans. Now, we'll still have that 1 gig redundancy plan. We'll still have that 20 gig and that 50 gig plan for customers who want those price points. But effective December 1st, we're taking that 100 gig plan and we're turning it into unlimited. So for your customers who want high-speed internet and they can't get it because they're in unserved or underserved areas, you can now sell them unlimited for $299. Now, there's some fine print in that, and we can talk to you about that and talk a little bit in detail about the ideal type of customer and what kinds of customers might be better for redundancy, might be better for 50 gig, might be better for unlimited. But we've heard you loud and clear, and so effective December 1st, we're offering unlimited plans for $299. So if you have any questions at all, you can contact our team. And this is something that some of you know, but maybe you don't know. But as we've ramped up and are preparing for Viasat-2 and preparing for the growth that we know we're going to see, we've hired, and we now have regional sales managers to cover every corner of the country. And these are the folks right here: Eric Brooker in the Midwest, Dina Mead in the West, Steve Lusk in the Northeast, and Graham Scott in the Southeast. Some of those names that you know, some of those folks that you've worked with before. And so if you have any questions at all, we're ready, willing, and able to answer them, and we look forward to working with you and selling a ton of unlimited plans through Telarus partners. That's
Eric,
it. Thanks so much.
This is an absolutely huge announcement because you're right. The request has been out there for some time for an unlimited data plan, and this now offers that. The pricing is spectacular, and as we've always said, the whole purpose of Exceed's offering, Viasat's offering, has been to fill in those, what I like to call the pesky coverage gaps nationwide. And with the new satellite up and getting up to speed on that one, you're going to have the coverage, the speed, and now the unlimited data and pricing as well. This really is huge.
Yeah, it is, and we're excited. And like I said, we're going to have a series of announcements over the next few weeks and in the new year as we lead up to Viasat-2. And there's exciting stuff going on at Viasat. And in fact, I'll give you a little preview. We had Patrick Oborn here on our at our headquarters last week, and we were shooting a video. I'll tease it and say you'll see the video within a week or so, but it's all about Viasat and what we're doing in the marketplace and what it means to your partners and how they can earn more money.
Patrick, of course, was at the launch of Viasat-2. I've never seen anybody more excited than that. What a spectacular opportunity. You need to check this out. Go to Viasat.com. Check out what's happening with the new announcements. You'll hear more of them here on the Telarus Tuesday call and with the video that Eric mentioned coming out shortly. But great stuff happening from Viasat. Don't leave that money on the table. Eric, thanks so much for being on the call today. We look forward to having you again soon.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
All right, everybody, here's a look at this week's training calendar. There are 4 essential learning opportunities we've got lined up to help build your telecom practice. Tomorrow, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern, there is a special presentation from Nitel as they review some of this year's big Nitel wins and show you step-by-step how they helped partners solve their clients' network issues while driving revenue at the same time. This how-to training will walk you through 3 use cases which will help you to better identify opportunities, develop solutions, and win with Nitel. They have the largest interconnected network platform in North America. Find out how you can join the ranks of Nitel's largest selling partners. It's Nitel's Big Wins webinar, and it's tomorrow, Wednesday, at 11 a.m. Eastern. And then also tomorrow, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern, Windstream will present its Cloud Connect training. As enterprise customers continue to migrate to the cloud, there's an increasing demand for secure, reliable, dedicated access to those cloud resources. Windstream's Cloud Connect meets this demand by providing highly secure, performance-optimized, virtual, and dedicated private access to third-party and private cloud providers. Cloud Connect provides dedicated CSP connectivity that's physically separate from the public cloud, and there's full support with 24/7 access to Windstream's highly skilled engineers. Discover Windstream's Cloud Connect offering. You'll hear all about it tomorrow, Wednesday, at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, please plan to join Evolve IP for critical training on healthcare and compliance in the cloud. Healthcare and related organizations of all sizes are being challenged to maintain and demonstrate compliance with healthcare security and privacy standards such as HIPAA and HITRUST to protect personal health information. These compliance requirements apply not only to the healthcare providers and insurance payers, but also to their related suppliers and business partners, many of which don't have adequate security and compliance programs in place. This session will teach you about HIPAA, about HITRUST, and about the challenges faced by organizations in maintaining compliance, and how Evolve Cloud offerings can ease the burden and help support compliance efforts around protected health information, or PHI. Join Evolve IP. It's Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. This is critical training. And then next Monday, December 4th, beginning at noon Eastern, Comcast Business is back. They're presenting special training on writing what's known as a clean order using their SMB configurator. This is fantastic training. It's geared toward all Telarus partners, whether you're just getting started or longtime sellers of Comcast products. This session will simplify processes, help you to become even more successful in selling the Comcast business products and services your clients are requesting. The session is set for next Monday at noon Eastern from Comcast Business. And there are plenty of additional training opportunities. They're available on demand in your Telarus partner back office. We thank all of our Telarus suppliers. They continually provide the very best in training and continuing education opportunities to our partners. And as I always say, if you're going to be out there selling it, you might as well make the best money possible on it. And we have a list of some of the best available spiffs and savings offered to Telarus partners for sales of popular products from our large family of suppliers. Check out these offerings. See if you and your clients could benefit from one of these solutions. First, a chance to win the trip of a lifetime from Fusion. The top 10 agents selling a minimum of $50,000 in MRC during 2017 will become the Fusion Power Circle and enjoy an amazing trip to Flathead Lake Lodge under the big skies of Montana. It's a rustic ranch atmosphere, endless recreational activities, and unmatched hospitality. Will you qualify? There is still 1 month left. Take a look at Fusion's comprehensive suite of proven cloud solutions. And then there is this opportunity from Masergy. It's their Big Deal, Big Money promotion. Just close a $40,000 or greater MRR account with Masergy's hybrid networking, cloud communications, and or managed security between September 1st and this coming December 31st, you'll earn a payout of 50% of all monthly recurring components up to a $50,000 maximum payout. Masergy's expanded product set with updated pricing has you set up to win. Big deal, big money from Masergy. And finally, check out this deal from Nextiva, but you have to hurry. Nextiva has turned November into Whoa-vember. Every sold deal between $195 and $999 earns a 1x MRC spiff. And every sold deal above that, $1,000 or greater, earns a 1.5x MRC spiff. And here's the deal. If you attended NextCon, the spiff is doubled. But you got to hurry. Whoa-vember. ends this Thursday, so you got to get those deals signed now. They'll make it worth your time. Great opportunity from Nextiva. Big opportunities, there's a whole list of them that are good, most of them through the end of the year. You can check them all out anytime at promos.telarus.com. All right, let's get into this. I am excited about this. We have not traditionally done a lot of business at Telarus with AT&T, but Carrier Sales has. And with the changes that are involved in Telarus and Carrier Sales and the new contract negotiations that are going on, AT&T is about to become a big deal for Telarus and Carrier Sales partners. I am very happy to be joined today by new Telarus COO Richard Murray. Richard is here to talk today about the changes happening with the AT&T channel program nationwide. These are huge, and how Carrier Sales and Telarus partners will benefit tremendously from both the changes themselves and from the new Telarus agreement with AT&T. This is huge news for all of our partners, and it includes, spoiler alert, residual commissions for AT&T sales. Big changes. Richard, welcome to the Telarus Tuesday call. Couldn't be happier that you're here today.
Doug, thank you very much. Happy to be here. I obviously do not have a voice for radio like Doug, but happy to be here anyway, but really happier to be able to talk about the change that AT&T is making within their channel. This has been a long time coming. I actually remember the first conversation I had with them was last February. I was at a President's Club, and the guy that runs the channel reached out to me via email and asked if I had a minute to talk about changes he's hoping to be able to make in the program. And he and I had a 45-minute conversation while I was on the balcony, and my wife was down on the beach waiting for me. And so I remember that clearly, but happy to see that the fruits of that conversation and several subsequent conversations have come to be, because they've made some significant changes, and I'm really looking forward to them. It's worth pointing out that actual contracts are going out today and tomorrow, and so we will be able to go through the details on all of that. Today I'll be able to just go through the talking points that their leadership has provided. But at the end of the day, I've been around AT&T for 10-plus years, and I've never seen excitement from their side of the channel like they have now, because they're really, really happy with the changes they're working towards making. So let's go ahead and get into the details on that. Probably the most important part for all of you is, what am I going to get paid? A lot of the hesitancy to jump into the AT&T program in the past has been their upfront payment status. And their new mission, what their channel has been charged with, is to double the channel production over the next 3 years. And they knew the only way to do that would be to go to a residual compensation model. So you'll see out on the street that they've created 3 tiers of residual programs. And I know there are partners out there that are currently direct with AT&T. And so the 3 tiers will be a 16%, a 14%, and a 12%. And so obviously, if you're a bronze level partner at 12%, it very well may make sense to move to Telarus under our 16% program. And AT&T is freely going to allow that. So their channel engagement, what it takes to become, if you've ever tried to become an AT&T partner before and got the 30-page contract that you had to sign to be able to be just a sub and do direct business with AT&T, that was a hesitancy as well. That process is going away. So you can access the 16% residual with a one-time MRC up front right out of the gates with us. And so Carrier Sales has traditionally been a gold and silver partner with AT&T. We are looking forward to being named a gold in the new program and being able to offer that 16%. The other really key part here is, if you've sold previous AT&T business and it's up for renewal, you can renew that and get the 16% residual. You will not get up front on that, because obviously it's not a new sale, but that's just an enormous component to to the channel, because I know a lot of partners have sold deals over the years, five plus years ago, that they didn't renew because they weren't going to get paid on it, or very, very little, and they either moved the business or just ignored it. You can now get paid on all of that residual business. Just to throw it out there, there are some other programs being offered that we will not want to participate in. There are some partners that they realize are going to have a hard time making it into a residual program. And so you'll see out on the street that they are offering a 4 times up front. They're offering a 2.5 times up front with 7% residual. But when you do the math, the 16% residual and 1 times up front is a far richer program. So let's get into some of the other changes that you've made to the program, because compensation isn't the only thing that AT&T needed to change. And really it's these other changes that will be the most impactful on the channel and on our partners in being able to do business with AT&T. If you've ever tried to work on an AT&T account, you've probably ran into the fact that they were classified as an AT&T only account. And oftentimes that may have occurred whether or not that the customer even knew who AT&T was, or their account rep. That has gone away, and they have reduced that to a target number of only about 2,500 accounts. And so that's a tremendous change. And beyond that, even if it is an AT&T only, they've created a deal registration process that will allow you to submit the opportunity to a, it mentions here, there's no direct sales force engagement on that. So if you submit the opportunity, it goes to a team that has been created to be able to vet partner opportunities, and they look in AT&T's CRM. And if the direct team hasn't registered that opportunity in Salesforce, then we're going to be cleared to be able to work on that opportunity, even if it's an only account. With that, whether it's only or not, we can work with their direct teams and get full compensation if we channel integrate. That's a huge, huge change. Those of you that have experience with the CenturyLink model, and where with level 3, they may actually be stepping back the ability to channel integrate. AT&T is jumping in with both feet around channel integration. There's actually a specific business unit, I'd call it mid-markets, where those direct reps are actually going to have a quota for the amount of business that they're doing with the channel. So they're actually really trying to incent their direct reps to work with us. The other really big thing is they are dumping more resources into the channel. Right now they have slotted over 100 people to move over from direct over into the channel. Those will be in various roles. Most importantly for us are the pre- and post-sales, project management, things like that. But really what you can see is just an overall dedication to growing the channel, putting the resources behind it to allow that to happen. Oftentimes we get asked, okay, what products can I sell, because AT&T does limit that. I guess the easiest way to sum it up would be able to say that it's all of AT&T's strategic services. It's all of their mobility services, including their IoT suite, which is very, very strong. Actually coming in late 2018, they'll have the 5 gigabit fixed wireless solutions. And sometimes when AT&T rolls out new products, they slow roll it to the channel and they don't give us immediate access to that. This is a good example of that being changed. Is as soon as that 5G becomes available, we're going to be able to sell it through the channel. I would point out that there is, we continue to not be able to sell private line and not POTS lines. That's something that they're not trying to sell through the channel. They do have a few small partners that all they are is a call center just doing 1FBs, and I think those partners are able to do that. And if we had a sub that wanted to focus on that area, it sounded like we'd be able to go and try to get an addendum to allow to do that. But that's not core to the contract. Really, probably the most exciting part of the discussions we've had is their interest to get into GeoQuote. Now, none of us have delusions that that'll be easy. It is still an ILEC, it's still AT&T, but they have desires to do that, and it actually looks like they have the mechanisms to do that. If you look at what they've been doing with their reseller program, resale wholesale program, they invested millions and millions of dollars into system integration so that these resellers would be able to quote them easily. They're making those same systems available to the channel, and it looks like we're going to be able to use those to get access into GeoQuote. And also a little bigger project is actually the hope to get them in the fiber maps as well. So really being able to be at the forefront of AT&T pricing and really be efficient in that work is something that I'm really looking forward to. In the meantime, Doug mentioned earlier that Telarus has not really had a lot of resources around AT&T and a lot of staff. On the carrier sales side, we've been doing business with AT&T for well over a decade, and so we do have that team and that staff. There we go. There's the slide. That are in place and ready to work and support your deals. So what we're going to do is actually create a specific business unit for AT&T within Telarus. And so when you have a quote request, you'll still go through the normal process with your PSMs to get access. They'll be able to quote some of the easier products to quote. But any time that it's a larger project or a specialized product, something that they need help, they can reach into this business unit where we will have staffed specific expertise, higher level of training, folks that they can go to answer questions, escalate. That team will be headed by Paul McGuire as our VP of Sales Ops over AT&T. Paul's been with us, again, like I say, for well over a decade. He's a former AT&T employee and really knows the systems, has clearance at really high levels to work on their national program. As carrier sales, we're cleared to work on several global accounts, and a lot of that is because of Paul and his expertise. We also have hired a former AT&T sales engineer, Brad Coons, who will be a resource. Brad knows all of the AT&T product suite, but really one of the more exciting parts of his curriculum vitae is that he knows security and has some security certs. And so as you get into those opportunities, being able to sell a lot of the security products that AT&T has added to their portfolio is very strong. On the wireless side, we've been doing wireless for quite a while, and that team has been led by Tiffany Wolf. She has people underneath her that are able to help with quotes and kind of get the projects kicked off, help with the contracts. And so Tiffany and her team are a great engagement if you have a larger mobility deal and you need help working through that. Not really, even if it's a small AT&T mobility deal. They're going to be staffed to be able to create those contracts and quotes for you should you have any needs there. Now, I'm going to take a breath, and I'm going to look at the question line and make sure that there aren't questions that I need to answer about AT&T. So there are several. Well, there's a lot, so probably more than I have time to answer. I will say that is Gold Master the same as an AT&T Master Agent? Yes. So what they do is they have historically created tiers. So they have Platinum and Gold, and then they have Silver, and then Bronze. And so the Gold and Platinum are going to be the 16% contracts where we'll be at. I am unclear on if DirecTV is included in that, so I will have to follow up on that. The rumor out there is that DirecTV is out for sale, so I would I don't know about that. UVerse is included, and I know I'm not going to get all the questions, but thought I would get a few. The 16% is the gross to Telarus. So the 16% plus the one-time up front is the gross commission to Telarus. So let's and there's no from Brad. There's no difference between platinum and gold, based on everything I've been told from AT&T leadership at this time. They only have one or two platinums anyway, and their platinums are not traditional masters. And they know that they need to grow the masters. So, all right, let's go to the next slide and just talk about how this impacts ACC. The answer is they don't know fully yet. But the interesting thing is the guy that's in charge of both sides, he's in charge of ACC and AT&T, will be in our office this week. And so we'll be able to ask and answer some of those questions. I can't tell you I've asked, and what they know is that they have no intention of getting rid of ACC, and that they don't see this as being something that is going to drive or take business away from them, because ACC has carved a good enough niche around the type of business that they do, the ease of business that they have. And so the counsel that we've been given is to continue to drive ACC and be all in and trying to, continue to grow. Both Telarus and carrier sales are platinum partners with ACC, and so obviously we're going to do everything that we can to keep driving there while just adding AT&T. Let's see. For me, that's all I have on the AT&T part. So if we want to move to the question session, I'll also be looking at the chat line to see if I can throw in or answer some of the questions. But
Richard, let me jump back in here. This is Doug Miller again. Again, for all of you out there, this is Telarus COO Richard Murray. And, of course, he came to us from Carrier Sales as the president and CEO of Carrier Sales. And with the recent joining forces of both Telarus and Carrier Sales, so many benefits are being made available to our partners. And this is a huge one. As AT&T kind of coincidentally is revamping their program, Carrier Sales brings a very high-ranking status with AT&T for the benefit of all of our partners, and we can take tremendous advantage of this. So he has brought up a number of the changes that are coming in the national program here with AT&T, and of course the continued emphasis that both sides of the house will have on ACC business. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these questions that were on the chat line and talk to some of these issues that our partners have brought up. We've already talked a little bit, Richard, about the different tiers, if you will, of master agencies, and you mentioned that Platinum and Gold both have the same level of commissions. There was a question that came up earlier on about renewals. You'd mentioned that those are available for the same 16% commission, residual commission level as other sales. Question from our partners, how does that work if the original sale was paid as a one-time payout from AT&T? Would the renewal of that type of sale also qualify for the 16% residual?
Yeah, as long as they are within their renewal period and you have gone past the period that you were paid for, then yes, you can renew that and get paid the 16%. That's a huge win, right? The caveats are, if you, I don't want to get into too complex, but there are occasions that if you had a master service agreement with a customer and it only had a year left on it, then you only got paid for a year, even though it was originally a 3-year contract. As long as you're past that window that you got paid on, you can renew that and get paid, is the direction that we've received.
The idea that there will be fewer AT&T only accounts, or protected accounts, if you will, to AT&T is really huge for all of our partners. And you'd mentioned also in the slides that there would be more AT&T opportunity accounts where you can get full dual compensation for both the Telarus partner as well as for the AT&T direct rep. That is a huge advantage and opens up a tremendous number of accounts for our partners to work with.
Yeah, no, it's tremendously exciting. I mean, the fact that some of these guys even have a quota to work with their partners. I was told that it was 70% of the deals that they have should be in working with the channel. That's incredibly exciting and a big departure for AT&T.
We touched on a number of the products that are available under this new program. You mentioned data products, IP voice products, the mobility, the IoT products. A number of questions, as you saw, around DirecTV, of course. Two others, you mentioned UVerse is available. What about AT&T Business Fiber, ABF?
I believe so. Again, I haven't seen the actual contract with the full list of compensable products. I would tell you that if it's currently compensable, the answer is yes. If it's a strategic product, they've told me the answer is yes. But I would hate to get too far out over my skis and promise something that I haven't seen directly. Paul would probably be able to answer for sure right now, but he's probably muted. So.
And there are a lot of details that are still being worked out as the contracting process completes, but these are huge announcements. Richard, if you will, tell us a little bit about the wireless services that AT&T offers and why that has been such a big part of carrier sales business.
Well, I mean, the AT&T name and their coverage, I don't think needs much explanation, but maybe some of the things that a lot of people don't know about is their IoT services that are part of the wireless. And so, you know, look, the core business stuff that you're selling, iPhones and iPads, all of that is there and accessible. The good news that maybe I should share that I haven't around that is that they're actually telling us they're going to be paying us more for wireless than they have in the past. But to be very specific, wireless will not be residual, and I don't think I had drawn that line. Wireless will never be residual. I just don't see them ever getting there, but they are going to be paying us more for the upfronts around that. The IoT products that plug into all of that, though, are where a really good sweet spot is.
You'd mentioned a little bit about the team, the strong support team that Carrier Sales has had in place for quite some time to support the AT&T business, and also the number of resources that AT&T themselves will be throwing toward the channel to provide enhanced support, enhanced resources, and more tools. I thought the GeoQuote announcement was also spectacular. As all of that begins to integrate, this should make it tremendously easier than it has been in the past for partners to quote and design solutions for and sell the AT&T solutions, correct?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, they'll be there. And sorry, and I'm also reading some of these questions while you're going. So I would say on evergreen questions, things like that we'll postpone the answers to those until I fully read and vet the contract. I know what their goals are. And what I've asked them to do, I've been very clear with them that to build a channel, to grow it the way they want to grow it, it has to have evergreens attached to it. But until I read the actual language, I don't want to make any promises there.
I mentioned earlier on that traditionally Telarus had not had a large amount of AT&T business, but as you pointed out, both Telarus and Carrier Sales have been platinum partners with ACC Business for some time. So our partners are very familiar with many of those products, many of the offerings of the AT&T network. And this seems to be a huge opportunity to both maintain the business that partners enjoy doing with ACC, with the types of commissions, the type of service that they get there, but also now expand the number of products, services, and support that they get from AT&T as well. Because let's face it, there are some customers and clients out there who will purchase a particular carrier's services in part because of that brand name. And in some cases, AT&T is the name that you want. There are many other factors, but this seems to open up a tremendous number of additional opportunities for partners to sell the AT&T network.
Yeah, there's a lot of product set that isn't covered in the ACC portfolio. Obviously, you're going to make more residual there, and so that business should probably stay there. But the ability to earn residuals and close the gap when a customer really does want the AT&T name and to be able to get paid a fair residual and really make the decision based on what's best for you and the customer, rather than just saying, no, I wouldn't recommend AT&T because I don't get paid for it, is a very exciting thing to be able to go on. I should throw out there that the ABF question is yes. However, because of the type of product that it is, it'll probably still remain a one-time because it's not a residual-based product.
Great question. One of our partners about the process of entering sales. With the support team that you've assembled to provide help for AT&T sales, who is responsible for entering the sales into the AT&T internal systems? Is that something that's being done by our resources here? How is that handled for our partners?
We're going to scale to both. So obviously there are a lot of partners out there that are direct, that have experience in dealing with AT&T, and the guidance that we've been given is instead of having to do the 30-some-odd page ASP contract to be able to have systems access, that it's a 1- or 2-page rider that just acknowledges that you're not going to go into their system and do nefarious things. But if you want to be able to enter your own orders, I believe you're going to be able to do that. Obviously, if you don't want to do that, then our team knows how to do that, and we'll be scaling around the need for our team to do that for you. So we're not going to ask you to do that if you don't want to do it.
So just to be clear on timelines then, AT&T has always been available to Telarus partners and to carrier sales partners, so that's not really changing immediately. Those are still available. But as far as the changes that you're mentioning here today with the program changes, the residual compensation changes, and really the new agreement that's in the works, do we have kind of a timeline as to when all of this will take effect and when partners can begin to take advantage of all of this?
Yeah, originally they had said that we'd have the contract last week. That's actually why we had scheduled this call, to be honest with you. And then they let me know. I just think they got bit by Thanksgiving vacations, to be candid. So we're going to have that in the next few days. We'll be working through that. The new program is set to kick off January 1. And so while, yes, you can sell AT&T today under the current program, the new program, the new residuals, will be effective on January 1st.
Richard, you and your organization have been big players with AT&T for a long time. What do you like best about AT&T as a carrier and the products and services that they offer? What really gets you and your partners excited about this?
Well, the biggest thing is name recognition when you're in with a customer. Their coverage is something that, it's if you're in the Century.
This is Doug Miller. I don't know if anyone can still hear me. Richard, are you there?
Hi, Doug. I can still hear you.
Okay. All right. I'm seeing some notes on the chat. We may have lost Richard. Apologize for that. I heard a beep in the earpiece, and then Richard was gone. So I know he's still around. Don't worry. Richard's fine. But apparently we've lost the audio. I'll go ahead and finish up. I think we got to most of the questions, but this is tremendously exciting news for all of our partners. I think it's fun and coincidental that all of this is happening just at the same time that Telarus and carrier sales are joining forces, but I think it opens up a brand new era of being able to sell the power of the AT&T network, now with the residual commissions, the enhanced service, and the team of people that our partners need to be able to sell this appropriately and effectively. This is going to be a big year coming up for AT&T sales, and continuing our relationship with ACC Business as well. Boy, I'm telling you, AT&T is back with a vengeance here with this updated partner program. They want to make a big splash in the indirect channel, and it sure looks like they've figured out how to do it. Thanks to Richard Murray, Telarus COO, and to all of our partners and suppliers who join us on the Telarus Tuesday call every week. My sincere thanks for all of the information. Thanks to Eric Stark as well. Big announcements from Viasat this week. Continue to listen to the Telarus Tuesday call and watch our newsletter and other announcements for the exciting news coming out of Viasat. A reminder to our partners about next week's Telarus Innovations Conferences. We are in Nashville on Tuesday, December 5th, and in Dallas on Thursday, December 7th. Telarus executives, suppliers, deep dive training on Telarus tools, a day full of information designed to help grow your business. Send in those RSVPs today. We will see you in early December. That will do it for today's Telarus Tuesday call. Richard, I'll give you one more shot. Are you back by chance? Okay, I guess we lost him. That will do it for today's Telarus Tuesday call. My thanks to Richard Murray and to all of you for joining. We will be back next week with more. Till then, I'm Doug Miller, the voice of Telarus. Have a great selling week, everyone.